game in charge of Hamilton Academical. The PFA Scottish Manager of the Year has won just about 50% more than he's lost over that time. One of the things that will have been drummed into the Celtic players, I'm sure, is the fact that Rangers lost at St Mirren. Nothing can be taken for granted. Well, it's Celtic's first game in Hamilton for 18 years since Dariusz Jakanowski settled a League Cup tie at the Old Ground. Now, nearly a generation on, the First Division winners meet the Scottish champions again. This what it's all about for Hamilton, rubbing shoulders with the big boys at the top of the table. Trent McLenaghan, Australian, latterly of Hereford United, with the throw. Mark Brown has had a relatively easy game since he started to deputise for the injured Arda Boric. Clean sheets in both of them. He's come a long way out, Brown, to be able to drive this right into the heart of the Hamilton defence. Sheridan was beaten in the air by McLaughlin. Scott Brown, now Hinkle. His cross blocked by James McCarthy, who turned 18 during the week. And only leaving the throw-in responsibilities for the German international Andreas Hinkle. Donati. A nice take and a good turn out towards Wilson. He continued his run off the ball. Sheridan waits in the centre, and they'll all push forward to the centre for this first corner of the game.
That's a good start from Donati. Nice little touch in midfield, moving the ball about, and then continued his run. It's going to be important for Hamilton today, playing the back three, that they do look at midfield runners from Celtic and pick them up.
It's Paul Hartley with a delivery, and Offiong back to defend it. Intelligent pass from Scott Brown, back out to Hartley again. Nakamura, just too high for Sheridan.
And Nakamura, as we expected, playing on the left-hand side today. A little bit different for him. Normally, speaking, he's on the right, and he can cut back onto that left foot of his and send the ball in. Scott Brown will take up that position today.
No prizes for guessing which part of the area this goal kick's going into. A very congested midfield corridor. Hartley won it. And launched forward by Easton. Mensing had fallen over off the ball. Nothing untoward about that. Wilson played the 200th game of his career on Wednesday. Nakamura. Nakamura, intelligent ball into space for Brown, who helps it on for Hinkle. Neil snapping at the heels of Brown. McCarthy couldn't win it back. Here's Donati.
Well, that's going to be important. Easton there on the ball, trying to find Offiong. It really was a poor pass up. Hamilton need to try and hold the ball up and allow their midfield to get up and support, or else they could just be sitting so deep in this match, could never get out their own half.
And Sheridan's made an intelligent run and has got into space. He's got McLaughlin there with him. He's gone for goal himself. The bounce was potentially awkward for Czerny, but he did well to smother.
That was a very good idea and a good run. Sheridan cuts inside and looks like he's going to just lay it off. He tries to catch Czerny out. I always think that it's taking a bit of a risk when you play back three against a team that have so much mobility. And certainly up front, and the two strikers that Celtic are playing today, Maloney and Sheridan. There's loads of movement there.
Hartley had taken up a good position in a bit of space and was frustrated that his teammates couldn't find him. McCarthy wide for Trent McClenahan. Mensing leaves it for MacArthur. Neal. Lothian will give chase. And he managed to get there, but forced to concede the throw after the ball had hit McCarthy.
It's going to be a hard slog for Lothian today, he knows that though. A willing runner.
Guided on by Maloney for Sheridan. Nakamura. Henkel invited forward, his first touch just a little bit too heavy. And more good defending by Easton. He has caught the eye recently, Brian Easton. He's reportedly attracted the attention of West Ham amongst others. He hasn't missed a game since the season before last, having been an ever-present in the title-winning side last season. West Ham's current left-back, Ilunga, is there on loan. I just wonder whether it would be a player that they might fancy making a move for in the January transfer window.
He's certainly going to have a bright future because there's not many good left-backs on the go in football. And he certainly is one. Well, we've watched it once or twice already. The game's only 6 minutes old. Billy Reid there understands that his side, when they are in possession, they have to try and maintain it for periods in this match. Otherwise they'll never get out. They'll just allow Celtic to dictate things.
Swales. Launched forward again by the 38-year-old. Turned by Wilson. Now Neal. McClenahan. They've managed to play their way out of that tight little corridor. And here's Richard Offion. Brown waving a hopeful hand at it. Wasn't a bad effort from last season's leading scorer.
Yeah, that was much more like it from Hamilton. It is very congested in there, but they managed to keep the ball, which I just said is so vital. And again, what's also really important is when they get a chance, they've got to try and take it. Don't hold back. A sighted goal, have a pot shot at it.
Well, he's not scored in his last 11 games, Richard Offion. His only goal this season, early in the campaign when they won at Inverness. Mensing. Versatility has been very important for Hamilton this season. He's featured in a number of different positions. Cross comes McManus, but he's conceded the throw. McClenahan. Manus taking responsibility, not taking any chances, although Mark Brown seemed to have it covered. Ball towards the near post. It was Offiong that had made the run across the face of Brown, but still able to gather it, the Celtic goalkeeper. Now Scott Brown. Able to hold it up and maintain possession, waiting for something to become available. It was Maloney. Brown again. Trying to link up with Sheridan. Appeals for handball against MacArthur. No foul on Offiong. A fair challenge by Gary Caldwell. Donati, who was the sponsors man of the match against Kilmarnock on Wednesday, making his first SPL start since April. Second one in 7 months for him today. Now Nakamura, who's making his 100th league start for Celtic. The idea was right. Wilson hadn't made the run that Nakamura was hoping for.
So you can see, as soon as Celtic have possession in that area, Hamilton are just right back in. Very, very tight. Gordon Strachan knows the problem's going to be trying to break them down, because Donati's just been sitting there, picking the ball up, no one anywhere near him. It's all about, when Celtic have quality possession like that, can they find a way through 9 bodies?
Maloney, well challenged by Canning, and now Richard Offiong. McCarthy, and Hinkle read his intentions, but he's conceded the corner.
Again, good play from Hamilton. Offiong holding the ball up, McCarthy with the run, but his touch just wasn't up to it. Took it away from him.
Five Hamilton players forward. Alex Neil only found Donati with the corner, and Nakamura can lead the counter-attack. Brown unable to take it into his stride, and it breaks instead for Canning rather than Sheridan. Donati taking one on the chin. Swales. Now Nakamura. Maloney, he's a good strong run. Chris Swales pleads his innocence. And Steve Conroy happy just to have a word.
There's always going to be a problem for Swales one-on-one with Maloney. Maloney's definitely got him for skill and pace.
Heavily bandaged left knee after the recent time that he spent out of the side, but Shinsuke Nakamura will have to start 2 games in the space of 4 days. So it's been set up for a Hartley in-swinger though, deep towards Caldwell. Clearest opportunity of the game so far. Gary Caldwell couldn't quite steer it past Cherny.
Yeah, that one was Hartley's. It's a good ball in. Deliberately trying to pick out Caldwell at the back stick. The rest of the Celtic players have moved forward, dragging the Hamilton defence away with them. Just couldn't get enough on it.
And Gary Caldwell, one of several in the squad to face Argentina for Scotland on Wednesday. Wilson tried to help it forward. Wilson stood firm. MacArthur. Easton. Mensing. Guided on towards McCarthy. McManus taking responsibility at the back for Celtic, and then Donati with the clearance, but back from McLaughlin. Sheridan putting his foot in, and it's 4 against 3 for a moment here with Scott Brown. Sheridan making the run ahead of him. The through ball gratefully seized by Czerny.
They gave me the wrong choice of ball there. Maloney was all free on the left-hand side. It was just the fact that Sheridan made that last-ditch run, really, that drew Brown's attention. Hamilton are going to have to really watch that when they're high up the park. Celtic look like they're trying to work the counter-attacks very quickly.
McLennan's ball in for Offiong! Hamilton Academical leads Celtic by a goal to nil. Richard Offiong hasn't scored for a dozen games, but breaks his duck at the most opportune moment for the Ackies.
Well, how can you not score a goal for 12 matches and then score one of that quality? A great ball in. He's in between two defenders there. He's on side, and look at that for a header. Brown, absolutely no chance. It's worked well. Out to the right-hand side. McLennan, great ball in, but look at that for a header. That is not easy. He steals in there, right in between Caldwell and McManus. The marking's not good, but you've got to put it down to quality of ball and then quality of finish.
First goal Mark Brown has conceded this season, deputising for Arda Boric. And last season's First Division title winners lead the champions by a goal to nil. Ackies did, of course, lead against Rangers here as well. Ended up losing that game in the rain by 3-1. A game in which many observers thought the first 20 minutes and the first goal were of critical importance. That could be a foundation for one of Ackies' famous days. Gordon Strachan furious with the marking, but his side do have a free kick here and an opportunity to test this five-man academical defence.
We're about to find out if they have learned from getting that goal up against Rangers.
Helped in by Nakamura. Too close to Czerny.
We definitely said before the match that if Hamilton did create chances, it wouldn't be too many and they would have to be clinical. Well, that certainly was.
Nice turn. Now James McCarthy working it wide for MacArthur. That one less clinical. And another good move, good approach play by the young Ackies.
Yeah, it's good play. Easton feeding the ball in, and MacArthur tries to be a little bit too clever for me. I think he should have just struck through it. Got his shot on target.
Offiong. McLennan. Offiong continuing his run forward. And that's a goal kick. Well, he may have been playing anyway, Richard Offiong, today, but certainly Billy Reid would have had a tougher decision to make up front if Lucas Akins had been fit. Akins has started 4 of the last 5 matches in preference to Offiong. But the young Englishman out today with a hamstring strain. Offiong back in the side and back on the score sheet.
Well, the worry for Hamilton is that there's still a long way to go. They have to try and just continue to play their normal game and not think too much about the fact that they're up 1-0 and let that affect them maybe.
Sean Maloney flagged offside. When they played against Rangers here, they had the lead for 16 minutes. And they've got just about all but 16 minutes of the game to hold on to the lead here. Stuart Taylor and Billy Reid will be delighted with the way that their side have started. Part of the game plan to get in the faces of Celtic, deny them any space, and they have achieved that by and large, as well as taking that critical lead. Offiong stayed down injured. Here's MacArthur.
He certainly enjoyed himself. A little bit of contact there on Offiong. But that's exactly what Hamilton are doing. They're managing to win possession in those areas by flooding players in. There's not too much in that. A little bit of collision. But it is important that Hamilton, when they're higher up the park, they get a midfield to be compact and try and win the ball back from Celtic as quickly as they possibly can and not allow the counter-attacks. And of course, when Celtic do have possession and they're back in their own area, they just sit back and let Celtic have it and say, well, break us down.
Nice touch by Offiong. Neil for MacArthur. Now Alex Neil setting up MacArthur again. It was a vital challenge by Stephen McManus. Hamilton had a good possession in good areas as well at the moment. Canning. Offiong could make no attempt to go for that. He knew he was going to be offside.
They're going Strachan. Maloney and Sheridan up front today. Not as usual. Big striker. Yeah, Sheridan's a tall lad, but he likes to move around, as does Maloney there. And at the moment, that's making it difficult for Celtic's midfield to find them. At times they just have to stay central and be a target for the midfield players, and then that allows the midfield and defence to get up and support, but so far that hasn't really happened too much for Celtic.
Wilson. Sheridan the perennial target. It was an intelligent nod down. Scott Brown the closest Celtic player to it. Hamilton grateful to get it away. Wilson's ball forward, this time too long for Killian Sheridan. Well, Gordon Strachan has paid tribute to Sheridan. He's also paid tribute to the job that Scott McDonald has done with Sheridan, playing up front alongside him, his ability to talk him through games and teach him as he goes.
Well, that's the thing that's really impressed me about Sheridan so far, is that when I've watched him play for a 19-year-old, he's looking around, he's getting his head up, he's trying to bring other players into play, and he's working with the striking partner no matter who it is. So very good signs for a young striker.
Playing up front with Maloney for the first time today. No McDonald, no Venagor of Hesseling, but Samaras on the bench and sent out to warm up. Celtic's leading scorer, drawing a huge ovation from the travelling support. With plenty of air underneath it from Alex Neil. I think McLaughlin was the intended target. MacArthur missed his kick. Mensing tees up McCarthy. And Mark Brown doesn't have a save to make.
Well, certainly McCarthy and MacArthur managing to get up near the box. They've both had chances to shoot like that. Not MacArthur's best. Certainly enjoying themselves there, the young players, the highly rated young guns of Hamilton, and you can see there the home side doing pretty well.
Now play stop Steve Conroy, just making sure that Easton's okay. This is how he did it.
Well, initially thought it was his knee that he'd opened up a little bit, but it's the head knock, I think. I think he'd much rather have a little head knock than the opening up of your knee. Off Young there, the goal scorer, talking to the manager. Tell you what, that's a superb header. It really is. A great ball in as well. And with that 3-5-2 formation, we're able to get the width from that 5-man midfield to be able to deliver like that, but there was still so much to do for the striker.
Easton's sore but okay. Well, Richard Offiong's been around, he's played in England, Turkey, Korea and Belgium. And that's his 40th goal for Hamilton, and they've come at just about one every other game.
What the home side have managed to do so far, 25 minutes gone, is keep the game pretty flat. That doesn't mean to say they haven't played well, they have. When you're playing against Celtic, it pays to keep them quiet.
That's cleverly done by James McCarthy. Think back to a game just about this time last year, Scott, when Celtic went to Gretna and conceded early goal. Jan Torno scored in the first half. Celtic trailed with 4 minutes to go, still ended up winning that game.
Yeah, and Hamilton will know all about that. Certainly Billy Reid will. They'll take nothing for granted. They'll have to keep working and stay focused for the full 90 minutes if they're going to get anything out of this game, even with that 1-0 lead.
Easton making his way forward for this throw. Only two Hamilton players showing for him. One of them McCarthy. Dangerous ball. Offiong didn't attack it, waited on the edge of the 6-yard box, and Brown was grateful that he did.
Yeah, if you're a lone striker in there, you know you're not going to have much support. The only thing you can do is really get across the front post area. That's your job done. Offiong didn't do it. If he gambled, he may have had a second goal. Good play again from McCarthy. He's looked the liveliest I've seen him anyway. Definitely in the mood.
Well, a second round visit to the Glassworld Stadium at Histon is the reward, along with the money, for the winners of Northampton or Leeds. The FA Cup first round replay tomorrow at 7:30 on Satanta Sports 1. A banana skin awaits. Saw one for Sheridan.
He gets up highest. Yeah, it's a head knock. But he's okay.
The referee decided there was nothing wrong with the challenge. So it is a drop ball, which isn't going to be contested after all. Here's Caldwell. Maloney made the run into a wide position. Everyone looked at the offside flag, and the three at the back hoping that they got the communication right. There was no harm done, although Canning and Swales are still holding a pretty major inquest about it.
Well, Celtic definitely need to start asking more questions of this home side. Not quite dynamic enough to really do anything against a well-organised Hamilton up to this point. I do know though that Gordon Strachan and Celtic like to play a patient game.
Maloney for Hinkle. Getting deep towards Sheridan. Trying to take Swales out of the central position. Celtic have a throw. Goal kick. Hamilton won their first 2 league games this season, beating Dundee United and then winning at Inverness. The last time that Offiong scored, but they lost 9 of the next 11. And they've only taken 1 point from a possible 24 after last weekend's draw against Falkirk. A change of system has, so far at least, brought a change in fortune for Billy Reid's Hamilton, and they're on the front foot more than perhaps many would have expected. Caldwell conceding this throw. Four from Swales. Offiong marshalled by Caldwell. The latest in a series of venomous strikes from MacArthur, and he's won another corner.
I just feel that one of those will hit the target at some stage in this match. But Hamilton again doing well, certainly getting players forward in numbers, just leaving those 3 at the back. And it's making things difficult for Celtic.
Swales forward and in a little bit of space at the far post as well. And it's delivered deep. Oh, Offiong, what a chance! What a chance! They've got another corner out of it. He can't believe that he hasn't doubled the lead.
Oh, just look how much room Offiong has afforded there. He just comes off Brown, completely left. I think initially Caldwell just in front. Again, the questions asked over the zonal marking. That corner kicks for Celtic.
Credit to Mark Brown for getting his hand to it. Hamilton's third corner, an in-swinger from Neil, right under the throat of the goalkeeper. Paul Hartley grateful to be able to have that little bit of time to get it away. Now Nakamura with Brown ahead of him. And a good recovering challenge from the impressive MacArthur. Nakamura. Nice ball with the outside of his left foot for Hinkle. In towards Sheridan. Beaten by Swales. Back in from Wilson. Hinkle. Celtic throw. Brown. Wilson. Nakamura's delivery, an awkward one. It was Easton that had come into the centre to clear. And Offiong will give chase, but Caldwell did enough to guide it back for Brown.
Yeah, just enough. Good work again from Offiong. Almost got there.
Sean Maloney offside. Since losing to Rangers, Gordon Strachan's men haven't dropped a point. 27 out of a possible 27. Their only away defeat in the SPL in 2008, back in March when they lost at Ibrox. Their progress to a 5th successive away win in the SPL has looked by no means assured today. Here's Donati. Young defending from the front.
Again, off Young, putting Caldwell under pressure. Caldwell was looking for far too much time on the ball there. And then he pointed up front to the strikers for a bit of movement. And not all well in the Celtic camp at the moment.
Sheridan made sure that Easton didn't have time to dwell on the ball. Hartley invites Wilson to make the run forward. Maloney and Sheridan in the centre. Nakamura showed for him as well. And Wilson trying to turn it onto his favoured right foot. And it was read by Mensing. Here's McLennan. Ricocheted off from McCarthy. Hartley and Neal. Two players who in combative style are almost a mirror image of each other. Although you wouldn't get them confused in an identity parade. Taken quickly by Caldwell. Hinkle, nice first touch. Takes him goal side of his man, and it's a decent save from Czerny.
Good ball. McCarthy just switched off for a second, and that allowed Hinkle in behind. I thought he was going to cross it, but he went for the near post instead. And good stop.
Shunsuke Nakamura with the delivery. And he'll be able to take one from the other side as well. Referee just calming down. Something going on inside the penalty area. I think the referee spotted a little bit of blood, and so Swales has been told to go and get it sorted out. And as a result, Aki's down to 10 men as they defend this corner. To Hartley in swinger this time. Caldwell was forward. Czerny grateful to pounce on the effort.
Well, the Swales off. A little bit more lack of height in that box for Hamilton. And again, the target was Caldwell.
Mensing has just dropped in at centre half as Aki's stay with five at the back. Here's Sheridan. Was he brought down? And what's the verdict here? Canning is off for the second successive season. Sent off against Celtic, having walked whilst being a Hibernian player last year. And Hamilton are down to 10 men.
It was a cutting ball. It was missed. And is this outside the box? It definitely is. It definitely is outside the box. And there is there's definite contact there. Canning then goes down. So it should certainly not be a penalty, but it was a definite goal scoring chance for the striker.
Martin Canning sent off. Now Celtic have had their problems from 12 yards this season. Steve Conroy giving them the opportunity to make it 4 successful penalties out of 7 so far. Maloney and Hartley have both missed. Robson's had 1 save this season. What can Shunsuke Nakamura do on his 100th league start for Celtic to get them back fortuitously on level terms? It's a chance that he's taken. Shouldn't have been a penalty, but Celtic are back on level terms at 1-1.
Well, they have missed a few, but that one was never being missed. Very well taken penalty, that one. Right into the side part of the net. Absolute quality. He took responsibility, he took it well. You can see here, it shouldn't have been a penalty, because contact was made outside the box. But he doesn't care. I'm sure he will afterwards though.
Shunsuke Nakamura equalising from the penalty spot. His 5th goal of the season.
It has to be said, Jim, that the defending on the build-up to that goal That penalty was very, very poor. It was just one straight pass, and it was missed by two defenders. And when you only have three back there at that stage, it's never going to be good news.
Do Hamilton change the game plan now? They do have Chris Swales back on, but of course the incident happened while Swales was off the pitch, getting himself stitched up. I don't think there could be any doubts about the fact it was a foul or about the validity of the red card. And it was Sheridan's momentum that took him inside the penalty area. Challenge certainly happened outside the box.
Yeah, it looks like Hamilton will just go to a back four now. Try and keep it solid.
Here's McCarthy. McCarthy. Forced wide by Wilson. He's improvised brilliantly to keep possession. It's a Hamilton throw.
Well, it was always going to be hard to keep that lead. Billy Reid would certainly have known that. But now, what an uphill battle he faces.
Richard Offion flagged offside. His goal cancelled out after 24 minutes in which Hamilton led. Easton. Donati. Hinkle. Hartley tiptoeing his way through the challenges, and he's found Nakamura. Nice routine for Cherny.
Well, we talk about this all the time, that it's not always the referee's fault. They need help, and on that one, the referee's assistant should really have seen that that was outside the box. And that's the help that the referees need when they don't have the perfect position. They're looking at it from the wrong angle. That's what the linesman's there for.
Hinkle. McCarthy and MacArthur linking up. Now Scott Brown. And he was left on the deck. Paul Hartley trying to attract the referee's attention to that fact.
Yeah, Brown's not happy about this challenge. Benson just using his weight a little bit more excessively than I think Brown liked.
Simon Mensing, the perpetrator of the challenge.
To be fair to the home side, they haven't done much wrong in this first half. Just an error letting Celtic in. Finally ended up with a goal, but as far as the performance is concerned, very, very good. I'm sure that Gordon Strachan will have a bit of talking to do to his players at half-time. I think he'll just want to save in the second half as much as possible, but for Strachan, he's got a little bit more talking to do. They haven't played well in this first half, Celtic, haven't passed the ball particularly well.
That's a free kick to Celtic. Henkel. He got away with his air shot. Helped forward by McClenaghan. And here's Offiong. He's beaten one. Caldwell came in to rescue Wilson. McManus, sorry.
It has proved to be a real danger for Celtic in the first half. Offiong, he's worked hard and he's got pace to burn.
Martin trying to thread it through for Maloney. Henkel. Midway through the 1 minute of time added on at the end of this first half. Neil. Helped by Donati, stumble. No foul on Offiong. Sean Maloney. Oh, he's done very well. It's a strike.
Yeah, it's far more incisive from Celtic. Maloney on the ball, just cuts inside and has a go, and it's not far away. But Celtic do need to do that a lot more than they have in this first half. More of a cutting edge.
The half of incident and controversy comes to an end. Richard Offiong's header, his first in 12 games, gave Hamilton a lead. Cancelled out after Steve Conroy awarded a penalty to Celtic. Martin Canning sent off for a foul on Killian Sheridan, and Nakamura converted the penalty to tie it up at 1-1. The game got off to the perfect start for the Ackies. Good ball from McClenaghan. The header from Offiong was even better. The controversial moment of the half came 7 minutes before the break. Contact from Canning on Sheridan seemed to be outside the area, and Nakamura made no error from the penalty spot. Hugely entertaining. Celtic will be very grateful that they're on level terms at the break.